What was the biggest pinch me moment for you?
I had a lead that closed for 18K
Yeah?
last week. Yeah. I didn't like the usual 9 to 5, to be honest.
So you made your 3 weeks wage in a day?
Less
than a day.
because I actually got more that day. Like,
yeah.
I wanted something that what I put in is what I got out.
Yeah.
You know, and
that was probably how long? An hour's work?
Less, bro. Less. He was a physical proof. That's when someone would decide to take action. So definitely. I've had this dream for a while, but like I feel like I can grab it now.
Just for some introduction, we're both in the kind of entrepreneurial online high ticket space. I've been doing it now for the last 5-6 months. You've been in the game now for how long?
Coming on to 3 months now.
Almost 3 months. All right, cool. So 3 months, and just wanted to kind of catch up with Jaden, see how his journey is going. Get his insights into what a realistic kind of journey in the high ticket space is, his learnings, and any kind of advice he'd give to people wanting to get started. So I guess starting off, what made you like want to get into the online high ticket space?
I didn't like the usual 9 to 5, to be honest. You know, the conventional rat race, as you call it. You know, I felt like, you know, as in that kind of space, however hard you work or however little you work, what you get out is the same, you know.
Yeah.
I wanted something that what I put in is what I got out.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't know too much about it at all, really. And I got it from you, and I saw firsthand how it kind of looks like, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
So when did you start? Do you remember specifically?
I don't remember specifically, but I know I started the classes around the beginning of February.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And before that, what were you doing? What was your day-to-day like?
Yeah, so I worked in a pharmaceutical company, Alcon.
Okay.
And I was going to college at the same time, yeah.
Cool. And how was that? Did you enjoy that?
No, I didn't. No, straight up. No, because, you know, I felt like, you know, college is fine, you know, that's, you know, but
standard path.
You know, but when it came to Alcon, it was in the same field I'm studying.
Okay.
So also kind of gave me an idea of what my future would look like.
Yeah.
You know, and I was already there, and I just said no. You know, it's not for me.
Was it a case of you didn't want to go down that path, or just
not necessarily? I just felt there was more out there.
Okay.
I just felt there was more out there for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So since you've been in the high ticket space now, how have you found it compared to your like college life, working life? What's been the differences?
It's night and day, really.
Yeah.
It's night and day. I think everything that I want from like a job and a career, so far it's given me that, to be fair, like, you know, freedom, you know, and money, obviously.
Yeah.
And the more you put in is the more you get out, of course. Like, yeah.
Okay. So what's been the biggest, what was the biggest pinch me moment for you?
Oh, I had a lead that closed for 18K last week. Yeah.
Solid.
And
what did you get from that?
I got 900.
900?
Yeah.
So 5% commission.
Yeah.
900.
Yeah.
And that was probably how long? An hour's work?
Less, bro.
Less.
He was a really good lead. Like, I spoke to this guy in 5 minutes, and he was in the door the next day.
Job done.
You know, job done easy.
Solid.
Beautiful stuff.
So 900 in less than a day's work.
Less than a day's work, 100. Yeah.
How long would that have taken you in your old job, would you say?
I was actually speaking about this with one of my friends. It would take me about 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
To make that, which is ridiculous. Like, you know,
so you made your 3 weeks wage in a day?
In less
than a day.
Less, because I actually got more that day. Like, yeah.
Solid. Love that.
Yeah.
So what have your results been like overall, like in the last few months?
Oh, I don't know how to put this. Like, it's been great, man.
Rough ballpark. You don't have to tell us rough ballpark.
Okay, so I'm going on to 3 months now.
Okay.
We're almost at 5 figures.
5 figures?
Yeah.
Love to hear that.
Yeah.
Love to hear that. And I guess, what do you feel like, from the coaching side, what do you feel like was the biggest kind of thing that helped you when you got started in the space?
Man, it was really the mentality of it.
Yeah.
You know, you need to get into the headspace of it to even get sales, to understand sales. You need to get in the headspace of it, like, you know. And it's kind of taught me that everything in life is a sale. You know, 100%. Everything's a funnel. You know, you're taking someone from here to here.
Yeah, you
know what I'm saying. And it's all about that journey in between.
Yeah,
and that's high ticket sales. Like, it's real. Like,
yeah. So if we could go back, let's just say before I actually told you about it, before I was like, Jaden, you need to do this thing. What advice would you give to someone that was in your situation, still a bit confused about high ticket? What would you tell them?
I just say, like, look at the results, really. You know, because I feel like, you know, we're all results based people. Like, you know, we only react off what we can see.
100%.
You can tell somebody whatever, you know, and they'll be like, oh, they can take it with a grain of salt. They can believe it, but until they see physical proof, that's when someone will decide to take action. So definitely,
100%, 100%. Is there anything you ever wanted to ask me that you didn't get to?
No, to be honest, because I was pretty on to you when, when I first got started, and you were bang on with the help. To be fair, like you know,
so yeah, just for some context on how I got into it. So I was similar to Jaden. I went to college, got a degree, went down the 9 to 5 path, and then I kind of came to the realization that I don't really like this. Worked a few different 9 to 5 jobs, was unemployed for a while, went through it all pretty much, and then while I was in my last 9 to 5 job, I was doing like a customer service job. You know, I hated it. I hated it. Even though it was remote, it didn't really give me what I wanted from life. Then a few of my boys, thankfully, were already doing high ticket, and then I went out, invested into a mentor, and I'm someone that, like, if I see something and I can understand it, I go like, boom. So I was what you call a sweat, a modern day sweat, and got really good results. I think first week was like 700 returns, and then
beautiful.
I was able to make my 9 to 5 salary, my monthly salary that I would have made in like 2 weeks, and then from there it was just like, wow, this is real, you know. So yeah, I guess what's the plan for the future with this? Where do you see this potentially taking you? What's next in store for you?
So I have big ambitions, you know, and
love to hear that.
You know, I wanna be a pilot, right?
Yeah,
and to kind of do that, it's either you come from a rich family or you got to make that money. You know, and you know, to say I'm able to reach my dreams by doing this, it's unbelievable. Like so that is the long term. You know, as I am, I'm a setter. So obviously the next step is to close. From there, it's levels, and then that's the end goal, of course. And obviously just close on the side, like you know. And it's unbelievable, the networking. You know, so it's a nice journey as well.
Did that dream feel attainable for you before?
Like I've had this dream for a while, but like I feel like I can grab it now. Do you know?
You can see it like
exactly. For sure. The road seems a bit shorter now.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing, man. I love to
sure.
hear that, man. And guys, Jaden is like he's been humble now, but Jaden's a really good worker. Like he's a model student, asks a lot of questions, maybe a bit too much, but that's not a bad thing. Asks a lot of questions, puts in time, puts in the hours, and gets the rewards, 18K deals, you know. So high ticket is a lucrative game, but it's one of those you get out what you put in. But yeah, if you have questions, I've started coaching people as well now. Jaden was my first student.
Yes, sir.
But now it's just a case of Jaden's now on a path that he can potentially reach his dreams. And it's like, if we can do it, anyone can do it, you know? So
yeah, definitely.